In this video, we are going to cover the topics listed here with respect to the rational numbers. Welcome to Mathotropism. So what is closure property with respect to the rational numbers? It means that if any operation is done on the rational numbers, the result is also a rational number. Now here what do you mean by operations? It's nothing but the addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. For example, we add two rational numbers, the result should also be a rational number, and if this condition is satisfied, then we can say that rational numbers are closed under addition. So let us take an example. If we take 2 by 3 plus 1 by 9, we get 2 into 3 by 3 into 3 because we are making the denominator same by taking the LCM. So it comes to 6 by 9 plus 1 by 9, which is equal to 7 by 9, which is also a rational number. Hence, for two rational numbers a and b, if a plus b is also a rational number, we are saying that rational numbers are closed under addition. And if you are trying out with different rational numbers, the answer will still be a rational number, and hence rational numbers are closed under addition. Similarly, when we see the table, examples have been given for subtraction where a minus b is also a rational number, a into b is also a rational number. Only when we see with respect to division, a divided by b, we can see that for all the other numbers it will be a rational number except for 0, because when we divide a rational number with 0, it is not defined, and hence we have to say that rational numbers are not closed under division. So the closure property applies only for addition, subtraction and multiplication. Next we go to the commutative property. It means that if any operation is done on any two rational numbers in any order, then the result is still the same. That means we get the same answer either if we do a plus b first or b plus a. Either way it is same answer. So for example, if we add two rational numbers, for example 2 by 9 plus 3 by 9 gives me 5 by 9, and if we interchange 3 by 9 plus 2 by 9 also gives me the same answer of 5 by 9. So if when the order of the rational numbers is changed and the answer remains the same, then we can say that it is commutative. So addition is commutative for rational numbers, and in general we write it as a plus b is equal to b plus a. For subtraction, when we see, we can see that it's a minus b, but when we subtract we see that the sign is changing, because 2 by 4 minus 3 by 2 gives me minus 1 plus, but 3 by 2 minus 2 by 4 is giving me plus 1. So for the subtraction, always a minus b will be having the same value, but the sign will be the opposite sign, and hence it is not the same answer. As a result, subtraction is not commutative for rational numbers. Again, when we take multiplication, we get the same answer. Similarly, for division, again we get the reciprocal answers. That means 2 by 4 divided by 3 by 2 will give me 1 by 3, but when I put 3 by 2 divided by 2 by 4, I get 3. So when you notice, the answers are the reciprocal of each other. Hence answers are not the same, and hence division is not commutative for rational numbers. As a result, when we consider the commutative property, rational numbers are commutative only under addition and multiplication. Next we go to the associative property. When we see the associative property, it means that if any operation is done on any three rational numbers, by grouping the rational numbers in any order, the result is going to remain unchanged. For example, if we take three rational numbers a, b, c, a plus b first done and added with c will give the same result as a added to the result of b plus c. So for example, when we take 2 by 3 plus 2 by 9 plus 1 by 9 is equal to, when we take the LCM, we get the value of the inside bracket terms as 8 by 9 plus 1 by 9, which is 9 by 9, which is equal to plus 1. Now if we take 2 by 3 outside and add the next two ones first, it comes as 2 by 3 plus 3 by 9, which is again 1 by 3. So as a result, 3 by 3, which is equal to plus 1. So now both answers are the same. So in general, we can say that a plus b plus of c will be equal to a plus b plus c. So when we see the table, we can see that it is associative under addition and multiplication, but not under subtraction and division. Now, how is this associative property useful? If we see the example which we have taken, in the first case, we needed to do the LCM first and then find the answer. But in the second case, we were adding the numbers with the same denominators first, and it was quite easier because after simplification of the sum, it became the number with the same denominator as the first number. So we could do the calculation quickly. Hence, when we are getting sums of addition for rational numbers, we can group together the rational numbers which have the same denominators first, do the operation on them, and then continue with the next part of the sum. So this is where the associative property is useful for us. Going to the distributive property, it means that when a number is multiplied to the sum or difference of any other two rational numbers, the result is the same if the rational number is multiplied separately to the two other rational numbers and then either added or subtracted, as is the case. That is, for example, if a into b plus c is given, it will be the same as a into b plus a into c. Similarly, a into b minus c is also equal to a into b minus a into c. This is useful where we have sums given with two different products being added or subtracted with the same common rational number in both. So in that case, it is easier we add or subtract the numbers first which are not common and then multiply with the common number. So here where for example 2 by 9 into 3 by 9 plus 1 by 9 is equal to 2 by 9 into 4 by 9, which is 8 by 81, and if we had added it separately also the same number would have come. Only thing here we would have multiplied twice, that it is multiplied once alone. Hence distributive property is applicable for multiplication over addition or subtraction. Now what is identity? Identity is a rational number with which when a rational number is operated on, we get the same number. That is, if we add 0 to any rational number, we get the same number. Hence 0 is called as the additive identity for rational numbers, because a plus 0 is equal to 0 plus a, which is equal to a. So if we take the example, minus 2 by 5 plus 0 is going to give me minus 2 by 5, and 0 plus minus 2 by 5 is also going to give me minus 2 by 5. But that is not the case for subtraction, where a minus 0 will not be equal to 0 minus a, and hence 0 is called as the additive identity of a rational number. Now, when we talk about multiplication, if we are going to multiply 1, then we get the same answer as the given number. So, a into 1 will be equal to 1 into a, which is equal to a. So, for example, minus 2 by 5 into 1 is equal to minus 2 by 5, and similarly 1 into minus 2 by 5 is also equal to minus 2 by 5. Hence, 1 is called as the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. Division, again, it is not possible, because if we are going to invert them, we will get the reciprocal answers, and hence there is no division identity for the rational numbers. So 0 is called as the additive identity and 1 is called as the multiplicative identity for the rational numbers. Finally, we go into the inverse. Inverse is nothing but for a given number, to get the identity, whatever number we are adding or we are multiplying, that number is called as the additive inverse or the multiplicative inverse. So, inverse is a rational number with which when a rational number is operated on, the result is the identity. So, for example, if we add a rational number to its negative, only then we will get the 0, that is the additive identity. Hence, A plus of minus A is going to give me 0. As a result, minus A is called as the additive inverse of A. And how do we get that? We just need to multiply it with the rational number minus 1. So whatever number is given, if we multiply it with minus 1 and then write it, that is the answer. So what does it mean? It means that if we are given a number, then you just need to change the sign and write, then that will be the additive inverse. So for example, inverse of 2 by 5 will be minus 2 by 5. Similarly, a into 1 by a will give me 1. So when we talk about the multiplicative identity, we have to multiply a given number with its reciprocal to get the identity 1. Hence, 1 by a is the multiplicative inverse of a, and it is nothing but the reciprocal of the given rational number. So if we find the inverse of 2 by 5 will be 5 by 2, and inverse of minus 2 by 5 will be minus 5 by 2. So only thing we must observe, when they are asking the additive inverse, just change the sign and write the same rational number. And if they are asking the multiplicative inverse, sign will remain the same, but only interchange the numerator and denominator. And finally, we must remember that for any rational number, multiplied with 0 gives the answer 0. And 0 divided by any rational number except 0 is again 0. But division by 0 is not defined. That is, a divided by 0 is not defined. Thank you.